everyone, it's Melissa. Today's video is going to be some things that that have dawned on me about my hair that have helped it enormously. Before I do, I want to show you my top. I showed my last video some stuff that I had gotten from Banana Republic factory. I got this. I had ordered this shirt in different colors before under another label called Patty Boutique. I was having trouble finding Patty Boutique. So I looked around and I finally found, I don't know if it's the same company or not, but I think it's Amelia Boutique. I'll put the name down below. But it's this kind of, with the buttons on it, almost a little military style square little neck top that I love. I have it when it was under the Patty Boutique in other colors. I don't know if it will show or not. It looks kind of black. It's a deep teal, and I did my eye makeup kind of to match it. It's a deep teal. I'm going to show you all what it looked like. I just really like it a lot. See the little buttons, the details and stuff. It's like wearing jewelry or something on your top. But anyway, I got that on Amazon, so I thought I would kind of show it since I didn't have it when I did my last video. But anyway, this video is about hair, and let me backtrack a little bit and kind of remind you all of a few things. I've done several videos in the past, I guess 4 or 5 months, something like that, of how I was trying to do better with my hair. So I was using less heat. If I blow dried it, I was using just the very barely warm setting of heat. If I did have to use like a curling iron, I would use the very lowest where when I did it, it would just barely get warm. I was putting Velcros in my hair. I did a video on that. Put Velcros in my hair, then got in the shower and let the steam set it so it wouldn't be heat. It would just be the natural steam. I just did several things, and here was what had happened. I noticed, and I was moisturizing my hair like crazy. I had noticed that the ends were breaking off. So my hair was thicker up here, but the ends were scraggly and kind of witchy looking. So I got them, got those scraggly. It was about this much. So I got it all cut off and kind of started over again. And I was being real careful with my hair. Just shampooed it twice a week, being really cautious, barely, not wanting to get the tangles out. But it started doing that again. What I would notice when I would comb it out with this real wide pick that I use, pieces were breaking off, like about a couple of inches where the bottom part was starting to break off again. It wasn't really coming from my root. It didn't seem like. I had some of that, but a lot of it was coming from my ends of breaking my hair off. And my hair felt so brittle, and it felt so frizzy even when it was wet. And it was so tangly, and I would put conditioners on it. I would go do masks. I would just do leave-in. I did so many things, and it would temporarily help while it was wet. But then as it started to dry, it got that brittle feeling again. And when it was wet, it almost felt like gum, like it was gummy, And I thought, well, it's dry, so it couldn't be too much moisturizer. I need more moisturizer. I just kept going in this circle, but it was breaking and gummy when it was wet, drying too fast. I didn't even hardly even need to use a blow dryer because that area would just dry out just like that. And it would just be frizzy and fragile looking, I just couldn't figure out what was wrong. And then it occurred to me what a possibility of it could be. So I explored it. Back a while ago, it was way before I started doing YouTube, and I'm going on 10 years with this channel. I came across a site because I was wearing my hair natural a lot called naturallycurly.com, and I just was dedicated to it, and I did a lot of the things that they said. And I remember one thing they said is, while your hair needs protein, because evidently most of your hair is made of protein, keratin, there is such a thing as protein overload, where you can get too much protein and it does the opposite. while we need protein, I guess in some people there can be a fine line. And they said, here's how you can tell. While your hair's wet, take a strand, put it up, and then pull it apart. If it snaps, you've got too much protein. If it gives and stretches some and then breaks, it's the right amount of protein. If it just keeps on stretching, then you don't have enough protein and you need to add more. So I thought, I'm going to try that test. So I took a strand when it was wet and I pulled it apart. It snapped just like that. I thought, I wonder if I have too much protein in my hair. I wonder if all of these products and moisturizers I'm putting on my hair, I'm layering more and more protein. So I looked to see what keywords to look for. And I will put right here some of the buzzwords that I found. So I got to looking at the ingredients and all these moisturizing products that we're using, and sure enough, some of them had protein on it. And I was going through a rotation of all of these products that had a lot of protein in it, and I thought, I think I've got protein overload. So I was really looking around, and I looked at the ingredients on my naloxone. And I know a lot of people say that the naloxone, it dries out the ends, but it has never dried out the ends of my hair. My color doesn't last as long, but it has never dried out my hair at all. And sure enough, I looked, it didn't seem to have any of the buzzwords. Unless I'm missing something, I looked at the ingredients of the shampoo and the conditioner. It didn't have any of the buzzwords. And so I started using it again. And doggone it, if my hair didn't get soft, if my hair the ends didn't stop splitting, and if it didn't feel crispy anymore, it felt soft. I didn't do any more leave-ins. I didn't do any more masks. I just did the shampoo and the conditioner, left the conditioner on my roots because that sort of helps to sort of stimulate the scalp a little bit, and left it all over my hair, took it out. It is as soft as it can be. I've still got damage on there, but it does not break anymore. I had my damage from when it broke before, and I will eventually have to get that trimmed off too. But I feel like I'm starting over again with some knowledge about possibly looking at my products a little closer. And from what I'm doing with my reading, there are some heads of hair that are just more susceptible to protein overload. It's usually hair that is fragile, but then some of them need the protein too. It's a funny mixture, and it's a little confusing. But typically it is fragile, delicate, thin hair that breaks really easily, and that will have a lot of wave or curl in it. Now, traditionally, that's why they were talking about it so much on the naturallycurly.com website, because it did seem to affect people that had a lot of curl, a lot of wave in their hair. So it was just so eye-opening for me, and it was just so, it made me feel very hopeful about my hair breakage. It made me feel really hopeful and really made me want to watch what my ingredients were that I was putting on my hair. I don't like the naloxone system as well as some other things I was using, because it would give my roots so much body, and especially some of the volumizing products that I was using. But it had some of them had a lot of protein in it, and it was just making my ends crispy. So no matter how much moisture I was adding, that protein was still coating it, and it wasn't letting the moisture in. So what I was reading were some of the things you can do is, switch your products. Maybe that'll help immediately. It did me. If you need to, use a not too strong clarifying shampoo that does not have protein in it to get all that protein overload out. And, kind of doing a reset and starting over and being a little more careful with your products. I don't want my hair to get in that kind of shape again. I liked it on the roots, but my ends were just breaking off. It was just like a line was drawn all the way around, and from that line down, my hair broke. And I do feel like it was protein because I'm not seeing those short strands anymore in my drain. I keep up with how much I shed, and I was seeing a lot of short strands. Well, I could tell when I combed out my hair, it would just break in that area, and I'd have these wispies at the bottom that were fragile. So I wanted to let you all know that. Do some research, see what y'all think about it. I'm not a hairdresser, so I don't know, very much about hair at all. But I did remember reading that, and it did seem to make a difference in my hair. So something to think about if you are moisturizing more and more and more, but it's getting drier and drier and crispier. Look at your ingredients to see if you're maybe putting on too much protein. So that's my video today. Thank you for watching. I sure do appreciate it. Everybody take care, and we're supposed to get real cool this week. I'm so excited. I just love this time of year. It's great. And I am so sorry I have been bad about answering comments under my videos. I have good intentions, I promise. But my grandkids have been off on fall break, and we've been doing things and, staying real busy and stuff. So I am really going to make an effort to try to do better and set aside my time. I enjoy talking to everyone, answer my comments, but I get caught up in life. So just bear with me on that, because I'm really trying to make an effort more. But anyway, thank you. Talk to you all later, and take care, and see you soon. Bye-bye.